Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And I am currently 2 days behind, so this is actually going to be a back-to-back Dokkan upload. So we did yesterday the number 7 moment on my top 7 moments of Dragon Ball history. Now, of course, that means we are now going to go down to number 6, which I believe is indeed this team right here now. This moment is, honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be higher, but looking back, I'm like, I was hyped when this first happened, but looking back, there's some other ones that I definitely had to put above this, and that is, of course, when we first see Super Vegeta, or, yeah, he is called Super Saiyan Vegeta on this card, but really Super Vegeta, and he just dominates Android 19, uses the Big Bang attack, and just blasts him off the face of the earth. I love this card art. I love everything they did with this card. It is fantastic. And his leader skill is, it's alright. I mean, at the end of the day, Pure Saiyans is so good that he didn't really need this card to have that great of a leader skill. But 150%, I am super, super happy that this card is in the game. We are going to go ahead and do I do androids? Hold on. Let me look at what we're looking at. I think I definitely probably, since I didn't get to do it yesterday, let's see if anybody is repping this guy. I don't know if anybody is anymore, actually. You know what? We'll do something a little different. Since I don't have this guy, we'll go ahead and slap him on here. But let's see. I think we can do that. I think we can beat the little energy absorption people. I don't know if we'll be able to beat this stage just because his leader skill is only 70%, so it's not nearly as good as the other category leads, but I think it'll be alright. I think we'll handle it just fine. Like I said, that moment in the anime is just so cool to me when he just shows up and he's like, hey, look what I can do now too, Kakarot, and just goes Super Saiyan, and then, I mean, he clobbers the hell out of Android 19. I'm actually hoping I can get the finish on him, but I don't know if I can, actually. His 18 key might be able to hit him, but I know his 12 key can't. But oh man. It's just one of those moments where I look at it and I'm like, yep, that is a scene that I can go back to and watch over and over again. Obviously, with Vegeta being one of my favorite characters, I think pretty much anybody could have seen this one coming as, like, oh yeah, of course he's on this list, but, you know, UI Goku isn't on this list. Listen, I'm not going over that rant again. If you want to see that rant, that was in my video yesterday, but the unit I will actually cover that was close to making the list, but did not make the list, and I think a lot of people are going to, well, maybe a lot of people won't disagree. I don't really know because there's mixed feelings about Dragon Ball GT. But Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think while that scene was really, really cool, and like that transformation is probably my favorite form of Goku, I don't know. I thought it was really cool. It's definitely close. I'd probably put it in my top 20, top 15 moments. But I'm looking at some of the other ones that didn't make the list. I'm like, man, this isn't even like close to making it over some of these other ones. So this was one of those lists that I made, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be to make this list. But I mean, while I can easily say that Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta are really cool transformations, they're just not on the same level for me as some of these other transformations. So it's really hard to put them on the same tier for me as, like, especially my number 1. My number 1 compared to even number 2 is just unrivaled with how, like, for me, how that moment made me feel watching it, like, the effect that it had. So I don't know. It's one of those things that's really, really hard when you're, like, actually sitting down and thinking about it. But, I mean, I'm thinking back to some of the scenes, and I'm like, all of my top 7, spoiler alert, they're all heroes. Not a single villain made the list. And at some point, maybe I'll do like a top 7 like villains moment, or at least my top 7 favorite villains from, you know, Dragon Ball. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like any moments with a villain showing up were that cool, except for Beerus. But Beerus, I mean, he started off as a villain, but he really isn't a villain anymore. So, I don't know. For me, it wasn't easy to think of a villain where I looked at him like, oh my god, that villain is so cool. Like, Cooler transforming is really dope. Broly transforming is really dope. Number 7 or higher, absolutely not. Because I think Broly's probably my favorite. I think it's close between him and Cool. I'm dead. That killed me. Oh my good lord. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting to die. You know what? Just because I'm like, I don't know that I can beat that with this team. We're just gonna do a Dokkan event actually. Let's see. You know what? I still need a Dokkan Awaken my nail. That's what we'll do. We'll do this instead. Because I was not expecting to get absolutely clobbered by that event. But if Android 18 hit me for almost 300,000, I definitely don't see me beating that stage. So we'll go ahead and we'll do something different here. You know what? I'll use... Where is he? Come on, man. Where is he? Is nobody using him? There we are. I was like, how in the world is nobody using this guy? So... yeah, I'm looking at some of these people that didn't make the list, and I'm telling you, like, it's not easy to think of units that are like, wow, that's 100% on there. Because I'm looking at, like, for example, like, when Piccolo first fuses with Kami, I thought that was really cool, to be honest, but it's not top 7 worthy. And of course, now that you've got all the movies, you've got Dragon Ball Super, you've got Dragon Ball GT, like, you've got all these different sources to pull from. It's just, when you're looking at 7 moments from, I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of Dragon Ball to watch, it's just not easy to make a top 7 list. So, I will say that there are a lot of units on here that I definitely think other people will have them on their top 7. Like UI Goku, I know for like Truth, that's his favorite moment in all of Dragon Ball. And while I don't agree with it, I understand it. I think that transformation brought a new aspect to all of Dragon Ball. In essence, he was able to surpass even powers of gods with that. So there's a lot that they can end up doing, and I am a little excited to see, like, okay, what is it that they're going to do next? Because, I mean, sure, they could in essence just say, yeah, we're just going to give him Ultra Instinct again. And we'll have, you know, just another cool moment where he transforms. And I hope they don't do that. I think it's a cool transformation the first time you see it. But if we start, like, Super Saiyan Blue, when we first saw that in Resurrection of Frieza, at least for me, that was super cool. Like, it was something completely different. We see a new aura color. We see a newfound strength on both Goku and Vegeta. So it was just one of those feelings that you get. And you're like, wow, that was amazing. Now we see it everywhere. I mean, the Kaioken was the same thing. We're like, holy crap, Goku did that? And now it's like, yeah, okay, Goku can do that. Cool. Can we move along, please? Like, it's just one of those things where they make some of these transformations completely irrelevant super fast. And I hope they don't do that with Ultra Instinct. Honestly, Ultra Instinct would be one of those things that I'm like, I hope we don't see it on the next main villain, maybe the one after that. Maybe Goku, like, goes and trains with Beerus and Whis, and they're like, hey, we're going to perfect this for you. And I really want that to be the case, because it would be super, super cool to have him in essence come out. And then I want Vegeta's evolution form to have even more, like, power that we haven't seen. Because we didn't get to see his true strength with that, because all he ended up doing in essence was, yeah, he used it for a little bit, and then he blew himself up. So he used all of that ki for that. So it's like, can we get a little bit more action with that? Because I think that could be really cool. And obviously now with the new card on JP, like, there's a lot that they still have that they can do. I don't think people realize, like, all of the things that they have that they can do. So, I mean, there was one thing I saw the other day of somebody, like, they had an idea of, in essence, a split unit that you can swap between whenever you want. And you can have it either be an extreme unit or a super unit. And, like, they were called, like, clash units, the way they described them. So imagine if we got, like, OG Vegeta versus Goku with that. Do you know how cool that would be? That would be, in my opinion, that's a unit that if Akatsuki released, would be a top grossing worth unit. You make that an LR, Like that, oh. Like, they have shown time and time again that they will create units and make them even better. Like, you look at even this super attack. When this super attack first came out, I'm like, yo, this is dope. Then you look at, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 is really the active skill was what was so cool about him. But, I mean, even looking at that, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool looking. And now look at the LR Blue Fusions, who, I mean, I'd argue still they have the best looking super attacks, and definitely their active skill is unbeatable. I don't think there's a better animation in the game than the Full Force and the final Kamehameha. Like, those techniques are so dope, and the active skills, they did such a good job with that. But I'm thinking, like, some people are going to argue, and 100% I think you have right to argue this, is that the new Blue Kaioken Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta that just released on JP have the prettiest super attack, which is their 18 key is, I mean, it is a nice looking animation, 150%, but do I think it's as cool as the Full Force Kamehameha or the final Kamehameha? I don't think so, personally. You can make arguments for it. 100% it's in, like, the top 4 or 5 best attacks in the game. I mean, it is really cool. So, but, I mean, I'm even looking at, like, the new Vegeta and Nappa that just came out. Like, the 18 key on the Vegeta is super cool, and it's so nostalgic and such a huge moment in Dragon Ball as to see, like, how strong these opponents are becoming. It's just, there's so much that they can still do, and I am really looking forward to see what might be happening in the future. So, but yeah, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. This one's going to be a little bit shorter just because of the fact that, like, I can't take them through Infinite History, unfortunately. But yeah, there will be another one coming out shortly. That'll be my number 5 team. And yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to stay tuned. I try to upload at least twice a day, 2 times a day, new videos for you to watch and enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day you may be watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, guys, this is Miraculous Transcendence signing off, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Later, guys.